day and welcome to our Bible reading day number 226, and today we will be reading from Jeremiah chapter 7, chapter 8 and chapter 9, but I will be discussing few verses from chapter 7. So I'd like us to turn to Jeremiah 7. I'm going to start reading from verse 8. Don't be fooled thinking that you will never suffer because the temple is here. It's a lie. Do you really think that you can steal, murder, commit adultery, lie, burn incense to Baal and all those new gods of yours, and then come here and stand before me in my temple and chant, "We are safe," only to go right back to all those evils? Don't you yourself admit that this temple, which bears my name, has become a den of thieves? Surely I see all evil going on there. I, the Lord, have spoken. So God here is speaking through Jeremiah, the prophet, and he's speaking to the children of Israel. So what he's saying to them is that they've made going to the temple more important than changing their lifestyle, because he says there that they continue committing adultery, they lie, they murder, and whilst all that he wants from them is that when they come to the temple and they come to the presence of the Lord, he wants the presence of the Lord to continue even in their lifestyle. It seems here that the children of Israel have made coming to the temple a separate lifestyle to their daily lifestyle. So, and it's the same thing that's also happening even in our churches now, that churches have become building. So what people do is that they go to church on Sunday, but the other days that they are not at church, they just continue with their sinful life. They've made the act of going to church more important than a changed lifestyle for God, like living the word of God, not just going to church, you hear the word and still continue, and the word does not change you. And we're also forgetting, as he says here, that God sees all things that are going on, because he's the omnipresent God. He's the all-knowing God. He knows everything that we do. He knows the word before it's uttered on our lips. He knows our thoughts from far. So he knows everything. Nothing is hidden from him in this world, because this is his earth. So then he continues, still speaking through Jeremiah, and we see in verse 21, he says, "This is what the Lord of heaven's army, the God of Israel, says. Take your burnt offerings and take your other sacrifices and eat them yourself," because that's not important to him. What's important is that he says, "When I led your ancestors out of Egypt, it was not burnt offerings and sacrifices I wanted from them. This is what I told them. Obey me, and I will be your God, and you will be my people. Do everything as I say, and all will be well." That's all he wants. He does not want them to go and slaughter. That is not important. The importance of our relationship and their relationship with him, it's obedience. He just wants them to obey him, obey his word. For us, his word is the Bible. So he just wants to obey him, and when we obey him, he will be our God and we will be his people. And when we do everything that his word says, then all will be well. And even in the midst of him being frustrated and angry with the children of Israel, he still is a loving God to them. He says, "But my people would not listen to me, and they kept doing whatever they wanted, following the stubborn desires of their hearts. They went backwards instead of forward. From the day your ancestors left Egypt until now, I have continued to send my servants the prophets day in and day out. But my people have not listened to me and even tried to hear." So he says they have been stubborn and sinful, even worse than their ancestors. So the sins that their ancestors did then when they left Egypt are even more worse than what they are doing now. But he just continuously continues pursuing them even when they disobey him. And that's how the kind of God that we serve, he pursues us even when we are disobeying him. His love for us is so much that he just always wants to give us a second chance in life. So I just want to encourage us to say, may our relationship with God, not be like the relationship that the children of Israel had with God, where it was a relationship about just going to church on Sunday, for them going to the temple. But may it be a daily relationship where we fellowship with him every day. And may we remember, it's not about the acts, it's not about doing things for him, but it's about obeying him, and it's also doing everything that he says. That's all that he wants. And when we do that, all will be well with us. Please join us for our Zoom meetings that we have at 5 p.m. The details are below. Thank you.